Betrayer! This game. Anything about this game except the fact there are skeletons in it and the only colors are red, black, and white. So let's see what this thing is all about. Shall we? Probably going to change the mouse sensitivity in this. On Harvey. It's kind of weird when a game starts with credits and the names of the people don't have titles. So these are just some random people. Salisbury. West Salisbury. It's a very British name. Alright, let me make sure this sensitivity works. That's right there. Yeah, it's too sensitive by a little bit. I already turned off the mouse smoothing. Let's bring this down to about 18. Let's see how this works. Okay. Good. Oh, inventory. Weapons, charms, equipped, clues, people not to miss. Interesting. This looks pretty in depth. Open a chest. Some coins. Dark in those corners. More coins. Can I break these? Oh, I can. What's in there? Oh, alright, so I have to break all these. No. See, yes, so I can just break the crates, nothing else. Can I break these? There's nothing. Alright. This is nothing here. Alright, well, I got a whole lot of nothing. Can I melee trees? No, cannot melee trees. This is not a crafting game. Alright. Ooh, what's this? More coins. So one wonders if this does contain skeletons that I have to vaguely wave my arms at. What do I do with all this gold? Am I gonna just throw the gold at? Ooh. Okay. Ooh, a message. I do not know who you are or why you've come, but you should turn back lest you become trapped in this place as I am. There's a note now. Investigations, maiden in red. People, maiden in red. Oh boy. I'm getting messages from Little Red Riding Hood. New entry found all. Interesting. Let's see if we can goat. Oh no, invisible walls galore. This is no Skyrim. Yeah, that's a weird effect. Does make it very distinct and easy to spot chests that you have not interacted with yet, which I approve, especially considering everything looks weird. Ah, a bow. Dear Sir, Madam, I've come into possession of a number of fine items of exceptional quality and indisputable value. Looking on my good faith, I offer you a free bow in hopes you may survive long enough to become a regular customer. Arrows will be free for a limited time as well. Beware that they may sometimes deflect from armored enemies, so be sure to carry plenty and recover them when you can. I will put my trust in your honor to leave payment for whatever else you choose to purchase. Interesting. So I now have a cracked longbow. Okay, and I can shop. Okay. Because your well-being is important to me, both physically and sentimentally, I feel I should advise you that enemies are easiest to slay if you catch them unaware. For their rage makes them stronger. Shots to the head will also inflict more grievous injury than those to the trunk or limbs. Please rely on me whenever you find yourself in need of deadlier implements of warfare. John Howe, Merchant. Alright. Interesting. Alright. How about dirt? No, it doesn't stick to the dirt. Stick in trees? Ah, it sticks in trees. Okay. That was quite comical. Crude pistol. So ring. Oh, he was guarding a chest. All treasure chests found. I don't know. Okay, I guess no more treasure chests for the rest of the game. Note. Weapons you recover from slaying adversaries are generally of poor quality, being both feebler and more cumbersome to employ than you may desire. The weapons I offer are guaranteed to do more harm and do it faster. Oh boy. Okay, cute. Fort Henry. Tomahawk. Is that weapon 3? Charms. What? Oh, so G, that's our tomahawk. Interesting. It was news to me not to mention it is more likely to discover you if you're moving. Crouching makes it harder to detect and allows you to move silently. Use the wind to your advantage. Gusts will mask your footprints, making it easier to run up behind your foes without alerting them. Okay. G seems like a poor location for throwing tomahawks. Especially considering B is throw explosive. goat over here. Hey, we're goating. And the invisible wall smacks us back down. Oh well. I do like that mechanic of using the wind to cover your noise. Is that Sweden? Dear Sir, Madam, I hope that the ball gave you has seen a reason for it. I would encourage you to consider some of my finer wares, accept coin or barter as you see fit. Just check back from time to time to see what new items I may have acquired. Heavy bow, common longbow, common musket, musket load, pistol load, short bow arrow, tomahawk, some charms, pistol powder. Interesting. That flag is making an awful lot of noise. Can I enter maybe? No. Drinking from barrel will restore your health and refill your water skin if you have one. What's this? A small trowel well suited to break up hard soil. Not sure what the trowel's for. Indian arrows are most likely intended for the head of a sentry. Hey, it lied to me. The figure appears human, it is only ash and ember. Oof. Hope I didn't inhale any of that. Ooh, a charm of solidarity. What does this do? Reload musket, pistols, and crossbows, 5% fat. Oh, crossbows? Now you're speaking my language. You can drink from water skin to restore yourself at any time. Be sure to refill it in open barrels. Interesting. Clues, people, notes, readers, investigations. Okay. Do I have a water skin? I just got a water skin. Z to heal. What is this? According to our prisoner, the Spaniards seek to destroy settlements that might be used for privateering against their river fleets and will surely come at us again. We need reinforcements if we are to repel further attack. Figure. Alright. What's this way? Ah, good. Musket load. More arrows. Morning bell. In condition, it could probably be mounted from where it hung. Figure. graves over there I need to check. Alright, let's go check those graves. I wonder where the bell hung. Ah, up here. Ooh, what's this? The Indian king, whom they call the Weroanse. Oh, hold on. Can't see. There. Oh, don't you dare crash on me. There we go. Ranse was much pleased by our gifts of tools and trinkets, and gave us in return abundance of corn and bear meat, which is an excellent victual. Ooh. Like up into a human eyeball, though it feels more like a stone. It is strangely heavy and warm in your hand. Seems you can see things you couldn't before. Take a push of your ear. You hear things you couldn't before. Something appears to be buried here, but the soil is so rocky that it will take more than a child to dig it up. Lord Governor determined that we cannot spare any men to send to Fort Henry, for we are harried constantly by the naturals, who have recently grown more hostile towards us for unknown reasons. I see. And excuse the shrieking. Consider it part of the game. Your mouth, words, no sound issues forth. So I need to dig up a mouth. There it is. Where is Martha? Who is Martha? My wife. Who are you? Captain William Eastcliff. Where did you last see her? On a hillside. We were sitting together. I was holding her hand, talking about our son. Find her if I can. Hate to interrupt, but who are you talking to? Wraith named William Eastcliff. But I see no one. In the dark, he appeared in the dark when I rang the bell and vanished when daylight returned. Dark? How can that be? The sun has not moved in the sky. You're certain of what you saw? Couldn't see him until I found this strange eyeball. This unsettling discovery, and an odd thing to pick up. I personally find the tongue more unnerving. You didn't lick the wraith, I hope, though I confess I am suddenly curious that what one might taste like. Who are you? I can't remember. Sure that I lived here, for this place is familiar, but it's like a dream I can't quite recall. Do you remember anything? My sister. I've been searching for her. I can't remember her name either. Perhaps she is hiding from the Spaniards, for they seem more beasts than men. I've seen no one but you since I awoke in the forest days ago. I assure you that there are no Spaniards here, not anymore. They seem real enough. Like the darkness, the wraith. What did he want of you anyway? Searching for his wife. I would help you find her, but it is hard to track what one cannot see. And I must seek my sister. Please let me know if you see her. We are twins, so she should be easy to recognize. Where shall I find you if I have news to report? Let us meet in this fort for now. I should also like to learn the outcome of your search for the Wraith's wife. Can't help but worry what's become of her. Alright, well, something will lead you to areas of interest. You will find different locations in the normal world versus the other world. Be sure to listen in both. Interesting. X to listen. Pierce killed 5 in the Spanish. Here lies Mary Barnes, age 24, loving wife and mother, died of sickness. Edward Barnes, age 6, a sweet and gentle son, died of sickness. Matthew Oil, ship's boy, age 12, found dead along the path. Grave Nathan Lumpton, murdered by Spaniard. What's that? Looks like a wraith. I lost my way in this darkness. Sound of the bell will lead you home. That's this way. Guess listening, well, in the other world, which is where I am right now, leads me to wraiths. Alright, neat. Destroyer and corruption. Oh god, I gotta get them all on one side. Oh god. Oh god. Whew. Corruption is gone. Alright, I gotta go back to town and heal. I do like the idea of water as a life giver. It is the source of all life, isn't it? Cleansed of corruption. I don't know what that means, but okay. Yeah, I'm not going back. I'm not going to continue exploring until I heal up. Oh, actually, still had some water in my canteen. 1 tomahawk. I don't have any more healing stuff, so I'm gonna go back to town. Oh, there is a map. I'm going the wrong direction. Alright, let's go to Fort Henry. On the compass. Something close. Ow. Ow. Okay, there's fall damage. It's unpleasant. Turn around again. How does that keep happening to me? I can hear the bell now. Something over here. Several among the council are wary of treating with the naturals, but I believe I have convinced them of the necessity, for we cannot assume that Sir Christopher will outfit a resupply fleet with sufficient urgency to ensure it reaches us from England before we have no more need of it. We will starve before spring without succor. There it is. Alright. Locust Grove. Doesn't say anything. Interesting. Oh, someone else. Alright. Edmund still hasn't returned from patrol. We just see him. We met by chance near Dodds Hill. It's nearly dark. He said he'd found a Spanish encampment and showed me where it was. Who are you? George Ward. Leave. Is this not the guy that he's talking about? This guy right here? No, it's a different guy. Guess I'll check the shop. Still no crossbow. Very disappointed. Right, let's mute the bell for now. Ooh. So that's the British flag. Very interesting. Oh, it's great. Gentlemen. Oh, there's a map. Chests. Interesting. So it tells you where everything is. I wonder what these are. I'll head over there and see what that is. Just make noise. I see, it's these things. Shrouded in corruption. Why has the Lord Governor ordered us to collect up valuables and shiny trinkets to hide in the woods away from our settlements? Purpose can such measures serve but to deject the populace already forlorn from hunger, sickness, and constant harassment by Spanish attacks. So, do I have to be in the other world to fight the corruption here? Guess I do. Oh, I see. Those pluses above the health bar are the ones that tell you how many more uses you have in your water skin. I guess I'll keep going this way. I need a shovel is what I need. Unmarked grave. Among the stones you find remains of a woman. Strands of long dark hair are still attached to a moldering skull. There's a bullet hole in the forehead. Dug up a valuable looking distinctive necklace of golden topaz. Golden topaz. Guess I did that right? This way. Ooh, there's something over there. Another one of these things over here. So I guess to clear the corruption I have to get to this place from the other world. Explosive. Boy. Okay, I'm not going that way. There's a lot of bad guys. I can fast travel? I see, so I can go to town and then come back, and there's a world map. Wow, this place is huge. Okay. Oh, I've made a mistake. I've made a mistake. Oh shit. Oh shit. He's throwing rocks at me. Alright, pal. Have a bomb. Alright, come here, you. Food pistol broken. Huh? I guess not. I guess it's not broken. It's still working. Is my crude cracked thing broken? Doesn't say. Huh. Oh, whatever. What were they guarding? Oh, I was just low on ammo. Alright. I need a better shovel. The gate is kept closed by night. There's some manner of corruption or Alright, I guess that wasn't too bad. Oh hey, it's a healing thing. That looks closer. A chest. There's a guy over there. Ow. This one. Alright. Alright, there's a chest over here. What the heck? I can climb the bush. Yeah. It's kind of weird. What's up this way? Some stuff up this way. Let's go up this way. The infernal storm spared our ship, but scuttled Captain Harper's common sense and that of all who supported him in continuing on after the Rebecca and Splendor turned back to England. We shall all of us pay for that folly in disproportionate measure unless we abandon this helpless venture and sail away from here with all the provisions we can gather. I do like just exploring. Dodge hell. And fast travel? This morning we could find no trace of Tabitha Markley. The sentry saw no one coming or going, nor was there any sign of struggle. Even her sister, asleep in the same bed, was not roused. It can only be some foul sorcery. I guess that would be Red's twin sister. Wonder if she was the one that sent us that message. Got a broken weapon. Huh. It's kind of weird that like stuff that you get I guess it gets automatically scrapped. Blue remains a soldier or partly buried in the loose soil. The cause of death is not obvious. A reed flute. What the hell? I think I hit this guy. Oh jeez. Alright, come over here. Ooh, crude charm of ferocity. Melee damage and attack 5% faster. Doesn't heal very much. The 21st April drifted 8 hours owing to fierce wind and heavy squalls. 22nd April, the storm worsened with the most of the day. High seas and constant lashing rain drowned nearly 24 poultry in the hold and damaged sundry other supplies. Sighted the Rebecca afternoon. To the battle limit, but the storm will have to turn back for Plymouth. We will sail on alone. Dug up a Spanish sea church on a large section of unfamiliar coastline. Okay. Let's travel back to Fort Henry. Oh look, she's here. It's almost like she knew. Remember, we lived here for a time after we arrived. There were many skirmishes with the naturals in those days. Till finally we made peace with them. Yes. Trying to scare me? That sounds horribly unsettling, but I've not seen such things. Okay. It was Martha's. I gave it to her after a son was born. It remains a woman who had been shot. Now I remember. I found her on a hillside to the south on a warm, pleasant morning. Sat beside her, holding her hand and talking about her son as she died. So you have buried her? Yes. I thought she would rest better there than near the fort. So I covered her over with stones. I meant to return to dig her a proper grave. Someone stole her only spade, and a trowel would not suffice. So I need to find the shovel. The spade. Let's read flute. I remember thinking how sad it would be here without Edmund's music. An Indian gave him that flute after hearing him play. I found it in the remains of a man who had been killed near the encampment, and that's why he never came back. Okay. And I don't see anyone else. Guess I can go looking for more spirits to rescue. Straight ahead. Look how foggy it is in this mode. I wonder if there's a way for me to exit this. It's this. Oh, it's a spirit. What has roused you from your slumber? I am sundered, I cannot rest. Sundered, profane, defiled, robbed of my head by a demon who means to wear my skull as an ornament, and I shall seek to get it back. Spaniard. Empty. It's kind of weird. Can't go that way. Must be another way up there. Oh, it's much closer over here. It's probably the gate calling to me. I don't think I'm ready to go to the next area yet. One. Look, it's another shadow. These are pretty creepy. Just report to the captain. Is this your flute? It is, then you must be goddamn. Yes, you've given me back my name. The word said you showed him a Spanish encampment. You pointed into a brush where the Spaniards were gathered around their fire. We counted 24 men at least. Showed him the map I found lying in the grass. The wind must have carried it away from the camp. He looked very grave when he saw it. I suddenly thought to ask him what he was doing so far from the fort. What did he say? That he always loved hearing me play the flute. I guess you killed him. Explosive. Thief has been slain. Why do you have a red thing from the bottom? Mary Barnes and her son Edward are the latest to show signs of sickness. If Eustace Cage cannot find some remedy, this strange contagion may soon claim its 10th and 11th victims. what's over here? The fuck was that thing? Back to the fort? That was weird. Alright. So, I wonder why he killed his friend. This is the guy. Remember now, we met by chance near Dodge Hill. In the dark, he hadn't found this when and showed me where it was. Then he showed me this map. He said, "We must report a captain. You were concerned about the map because I drew it. Why? I am Catholic, though I had to swear I wasn't to come here. My duty is to the Pope in Rome, not to a heretic king, and to my mom at home, who can live easier with those Spanish coins I gave her." Because of that map. I knew I couldn't let him come back to the Fort Henry or I'd be hung for sure. But it made me sad to think I'd never hear him play that flute again. Okay. Get the quiver? Oh, that's expensive. Being able to carry more ammo would be useful. Oh, those are things very near. Oh yeah, that's two things. Alright. Let's try for that thing. Maybe I can find, I can remove the corruption in that thing real quick. See what happens. That map's not super accurate of the facing. Corruption is gone. I don't know what the point of those things is. Let's travel over there and then go up northwise. I've never been that way. Yeah, the lack of music is very oppressive. Definitely adds to the sense of loneliness. Need that shovel. Oh, there's some stuff way up there. Alright. Let's cleanse this and head up that way and see what we find. Oh, looks like I've already cleansed it. Alright, so let's head this way. When the patrol did not return by dusk, I led 6 men into the woods to search by torchlight. Soon enough, we found Edmund Pierce clinging to a tree, eyes agape, muttering of shadows coming alive. Nearby was the remains of Jeremy Cooper, his head and arms torn off. Tanner Fox, killed by savages. This way. Food. These containers appear to have stored luxury foodstuffs brought from England. Only mouldering scraps remain. Dug up a knife with a broken blade. Sandal's carved ivory. Seriously belongs to someone of means. Okay. Have I been to the forest edge? Is that where it came in from? Yeah, that's where I came in from. I guess I'll teleport there. Is there anyone else? I guess I need to listen more. Skull stuck it to the ground. Perhaps you can dislodge it if you pull harder. I just need to bring it back to the dude that was out, that is missing his head. I do like that as you silence some of these spirits, you get, it's easier to find stuff. Oh God. The cool thing about this is I can go back. Oh, hold on. Enemies in here. I don't see any enemies. I don't hear any enemies. Too low. I'm not gonna risk. Oh, there's a healing thing right here. Okay, sweet. I don't even have to go back. Okay, oh. It's about time for me to wrap this up. After I cleanse the corruption from this thing, I'll go ahead and... Oh, I see. So now the door should be open. Okay. Ooh, a common pistol. That's an upgrade for sure. What is this? Oh, my arrows that I missed. Common pistol is definitely better than a crude pistol. And an extra cracked longbow. I guess having extra crude pistols is right. Crude charm of soldiery. Can I not have more than one charm? I guess not. Okay. I guess, oh, well, I guess I could just sell them. What is that? Is that a spirit? That's a spirit. Is that the guy missing his head? That would be very helpful. There's John. Who's John? My son. Where did I see him? My husband carrying him through the gate. So relieved to see them so happy. Who are you? I don't know. I can't remember. And yours, yes. And you're Martha Eastgrove. I remember now. Giving me back my name. What happened to you? I remember staring in the barrel of a pistol, fearful but strangely calm, and began to pray. Interesting. Alright. Let's go back here. So I was anxious about your son. She desperate with worry. As was I. A group of us went to the woods to search for him. Then I heard Gregory Ward calling out to him and knew he was safe. Heard you carry him through the gate. I was telling him he mustn't play outside by himself, for there are many dangers in these woods. Told him you must never make his mother worry. Especially remember taking it from my son's hand, pulling open his fingers when he refused to let go. Telling he must never use it without my permission. Find your pistol in the mouth of your man. I'm missing when I awoke. I was panicked. I ran outside and shouted for the sentry. He had just come on duty, so I awoke Gregory Ward to ask him what he had seen during his watch. Say, I can't remember. I told him his wife left the fort saying she was going for a short walk. I thought it strange that she was wearing a fine necklace for such an occasion. Spied the boy in a clearing aiming a pistol at a tree. He pulled the trigger, but nothing happened. He went to peer into the barrel. I was shouting at him by then, running toward him as fast as I could. I remember hearing the shot, just the smoke obscuring him. Woo! And that is why you need to practice good gun safety. Let's search for him. I go out to him and he was safe. Then a shot rang out. Taking my pistol from my son's hand, pulling open his fingers when he refused to let go, telling him he must never use it without my permission. I closed his eyes and went to tell Martha that our son was dead. Carrying him to the gate, telling him he mustn't play outside by himself. There are many dangers in these woods. Told me he must never make his mother worry, and I saw her relieved smile crumbling into despair. Word says that Martha left the fort early, bringing Teppa's necklace. I knew what she meant to do, why she had taken my pistol, why she had worn that necklace. I was running through the woods when I heard the shot, just like before. Buried her there, so that the chaplain would not speak of her as a sinner, bound for damnation. I did not want her to be thought of that way. I explained her disappearance. I told the truth that she wandered into the woods and never came home. This is all very, very interesting. I like this method of storytelling where you investigate and find things. Please stop this, please. Oh, thank God. Alright, I'm going to save and quit. And that is it for me. But this game is great, and it's actually on sale right now. If you're interested, probably not worth. That information is not going to be worth anything later when I upload it to YouTube. But hey, if someone catches this early, there you go. October 30th. Trailer. I enjoyed it greatly. Interesting and lonely game about investigating an abandoned American colonial abandoned colonial America. An abandoned area during colonial times. The game involves many skeletons and spirits, and the main interaction is shooting stuff with the bow or musket. Bow, oh my god. Bow or musket. The story isn't forced on you. It is told by uncovering clues all over. The visual style is very striking, but really wears you down and tires you out. The lack of any music or nature sounds also adds to the oppressive and lonely feeling. The game is basically a walking simulator, but the world has a lot of potential for exploring and investigating, which makes the grind alright if you just want to chill and find out what happened. I will endeavor to try to play this game with the saturation returned back to normal so I can see color and see if that helps with the oppressive nature of the game. But the game doesn't have to be fun, as this war of mine will no doubt tell you. And as such, it's a pretty good game if you want something that'll just unnerve you, make you feel a little weird. But hey, there you go. Alright, thank you all for watching and have a wonderful night. I have to go get ready for work.